Good evening, everyone. I'm Kei Chen. I'm Taiwanese. I work at Triple I, which is a government agency to promote the industrial development and the investment in Taiwan. The topic I want to talk about today is Taiwan people stop complaining about Taiwan. Let me share you what I mean. I would like to share a story which happened when I studied abroad. After studying in college and working in Taiwan for 5 years, I went to Japan to finish my university studies and I lived there for 5 years. When I was in on my third year in Japan, Taiwan suffered a huge earthquake on September 28th, 1999. The earthquake caused a lot of damage to Taiwan and to its people. Over 2,000 people lost their lives. And my family members were fortunately, they were safe. But for some time, in days and weeks, the followed the first greeting when I met a friend or my classmates, the greeting was, I feel sorry about the earthquake happened in Taiwan and also for the great loss. How are your family members? Are they okay? Every Taiwanese student had to answer this question and was comforted by all the people they had heard about this news. And the Taiwan earthquake became the most common topics in Japan. So during these days, I went to the seminar to see my professor who was from Belgium and worked in many countries in Europe, in the Middle East, and the Asia. He was a very kind, he was on the scholarship from Keio University, which is one of the best universities in Japan. And he was a very nice gentleman and had a lot of experience of working and living outside his own country. He also asked me about the earthquake happened, the damage caused by earthquake, not only for the environmental damages, but also the effect I thought it would have on the manufacturing supply chain in Taiwan. I thought, effect on manufacturing supply chain? I asked, and I said, I don't really think Taiwan has great power on manufacturing supply chain to the world. We are just a small island. Our country is very small, and we also face severe situations due to the confrontations against with China. And if you think some Japanese students cannot even tell the difference between Taiwan and Thailand, I don't really think European people will pay attention to Taiwan's earthquake or even to Taiwan. My professor was surprised. He said, of course I know Taiwan, and many European people know Taiwan. Taiwan has great power on supply chain in the world. We can only buy laptops or computers or the other commodities at reasonable prices because Taiwan can manufacture many goods with extremely good quality. Of course, you have the great power on manufacturing world supply chain. And he continued, you should have more self-confidence on of the place where you are from, Kei. This brings me to the topic I talked about today. I used to talk about Taiwan and describe these places in a pessimistic way, and sometimes such as Taiwan is small, Taiwanese don't speak English very well, and Taiwan has been threatened by China government for a long time. It is dangerous to live in Taiwan. You should you should look for the opportunities to study abroad or live abroad. Most of Taiwanese have been raised and taught in this way, and these descriptions sound something like complaints. And from the conversation with my professor, I realized I love Taiwan indeed. And I used to talk about Taiwan in negative ways. So I started to find out what merits or nice features of Taiwan are, and try to use them as the replacement of negative terms I had used to describe this island. So some people claim Kaohsiung is old and is poor. Actually, it is not the truth. Kaohsiung is the typical industrial transformation in city in Taiwan. So what else positive things can we talk about Taiwan? I mentioned that Taiwan is small. Yes, with 36,000 square meters in size, Taiwan is small, but it just shows what are possible for a small nation to do. I work with Decathlon now, and they really see Taiwan as a trial area. So they put a new resources, organization systems here. They put their product development department here because Taiwan is small and it's easy to see the outcome. Yes, it's easy for them to decide how to spread this outcome to the worldwide economies. Yes, that is another truth. If you see Taiwan from the safety, yes, according to Global Peace Index this year, Taiwan was ranked number 36 in the worldwide, and there are not so many countries or cities where a young lady can go running in the park at midnight. Yeah, and friendliness. As you know, there are 2 foreign languages on MRT broadcasting systems, which are English and Japanese. And for beautiful landscape, maybe there are many countries and regions where they have more beautiful landscapes. But if you have ever visited the east coast of Taiwan, you will see the views are stunning. And from my personal experience, I like outdoor sports and activities. From Hualien, the roads, if you like cycling, for sure you know one of the most famous cycling games in the world, which is the Tour de France. And the roads from Hualien to Wulin at the altitude of 3,722 meters. It is supposed to be one of the most difficult roads for a cyclist to ride up. And some cyclists who attended the tour of France said the same thing as I do. We also have the president, women president. This is a very strong sign towards equal gender rights. For LGBT rights, Taiwan is the first country who allowed the same-sex marriage here. Actually, there are a lot of things positive we can talk about Taiwan. So here, I want to share what my professor encouraged me with you to please have more self-confidence about the place where you are from and stop complaining about Taiwan or using negative terms to describe Taiwan. And please believe that you are the only one to introduce how wonderful Taiwan is to your foreign friends. And please be confident with this island. Please be proud of Taiwan. And I believe that we can make Taiwan a better place. Thank you for your listening.